video, 2,996 kidney disease patients are staying off dialysis. And the secret, not a drug, not a miracle, just food. Superfoods like this one. And today I will share with you not just one, but 7 food swaps that will get you to say no to kidney failure. Catherine here, I'm a doctor of natural medicine, and today we're talking about the single most important thing when it comes to kidney disease: what you put on your plate. The renal diet isn't just a recommendation, it's the line between stability and decline. It's what determines whether your kidneys keep working or shut down. Today, I'm giving you 7 smart food swaps to transform your diet and maybe your life. Because while dialysis clinics are popping up on every corner, you can stop it. You can even turn it around. Modern science has proved that kidney disease is not a life sentence anymore. Patients can beat it by following the right diet plan. Yes, there are patients out there who are able to defy all odds and stop or even reverse the decline of their kidney function. If you want to be one of them, this video is for you. Our number 7 is a food swap that will make you enjoy pasta again. Number 7 is the pasta that fights kidney disease. Sounds crazy, right? But this simple food swap can help you bring pasta back into your diet even if you're watching your weight, cutting carbs, and limiting protein. So swap regular pasta with this. Imagine twirling your fork in a big bowl of noodles, and don't sabotage your kidneys or your waistline. These noodles taste great and they contain 0 carbs and 0 protein as well. You could actually eat this pasta every day and your only regret will be not knowing about it sooner. And I know what you may be thinking, Catherine, I don't care about any pasta at all. I only care about foods that can lower my creatinine levels. Can your pasta do that? And the answer is yes. Yes, the reason why I'm showing this pasta to you today is because recent study found out that the special ingredient in this pasta can lower creatinine and proteinuria levels. Incredible! So let's see why this pasta is so amazing. Regular pasta is made from wheat, which contains, carbs, protein, and all that. But this pasta is different. This pasta is made entirely from konjac root. Yeah, just one ingredient, and it's a very special ingredient because it's pure dietary fiber. Actually, it contains a special type of dietary fiber called glucomannan, which is strongly linked to serious kidney health benefits. It fights diabetes, it fights high blood pressure, it fights metabolic syndrome, it improves gut health, which in turn can help improve kidney health. Yes, shirataki noodles and konjac root may really be God's gift to kidney patients, and I really believe more people should know about them. So consider sharing this video with anyone you know who needs to lose weight or to improve their kidney health. And you know what's the most incredible part? That shirataki noodles actually taste great. I mean, I live in Italy and even here people say that this pasta tastes good. And this is a country that had a nationwide protest against breaking spaghetti in half.
I learned this in Italy.
You learned this in Italy and you're already breaking the spaghetti.
Let's move on. Number 6, let's talk about a food replacement that will help with proteinuria. Replace nuts with flaxseed and chia seeds. Okay guys, don't get me wrong here. If you are eating, walnuts, almonds, Brazil nuts and stuff like that in moderation, keep doing it. Those foods are healthy. They are a source of healthy fats, antioxidants, and also have anti-inflammatory properties that help the kidneys. However, you probably have hiding in your pantry foods with health benefits much greater than those of nuts. I'm talking about seeds, and in particular flaxseed and chia seeds. So if you take a look at my table here, you will notice that all these food options have some protein in them. And yeah, that's why I'm saying that moderation is key here. But they also have a lot of good stuff in them, so don't entirely disregard nuts and seeds. But let's talk about seeds. Both chia seeds and flax seed are some of the best plant-based sources of omega-3s, packing 5 and 6.5 grams of ALA in just 1 ounce. And yes, they're small, but never underestimate a food that swells up and becomes gelatinous in water. If that's not commitment, I don't know what is. Actually, you will also get a lot of fiber from 1 ounce of chia seeds or flaxseed, more than what you get from a portion of most vegetables. And that's not all. Both these seeds have powerful antioxidants in them, and having enough antioxidants in your diet is key to a better kidney health. In fact, there are studies linking flaxseed consumption to better proteinuria levels in CKD patients. So there you have it, flaxseed, the food that's so healthy it makes Kay look like it's not even trying. Okay guys, and now you may be wondering how to offset those pesky 5 grams of protein you got from flaxseed. Don't worry, I have exactly the food swap you need. Number 5, replace cow milk with the right milk alternative. Okay guys, I don't know if any of you is still drinking cow's milk or even maybe raw cow's milk. Well, if you are, don't drink raw cow's milk in particular. That is stupid. No offense to cows who do their very best, but imagine thinking, oh, we should go back to the good old days when men were men and we all used to get salmonella for breakfast. Doesn't sound like a smart choice, does it? And yeah, I'm still wondering who on earth will ever try to convince people that raw milk is a healthy choice and why?
And I don't know about you, but my body craves the cream on raw milk. In fact, I could probably...
Oh, of course, it's him. Well, I don't know what to tell you guys. Just don't drink raw milk. Anyway, here's the thing. Even regular pasteurized cow milk is totally not great if you have kidney disease. You won't get salmonella from it, but your kidneys won't be happy at all with all that protein and phosphorus. In fact, if you have kidney disease and if your goal is improving, finding the right milk alternative may be way more important than you realize. Because if you look at my table on screen right now, you may realize that some milk alternatives are almost as bad as cow milk. Let me explain with some numbers. First of all, protein. If you drink just a cup of cow milk in the morning, you already got 8 grams of protein. This may not seem like a lot until you remember that your target for protein is between 25 and 40 grams of protein in the whole day, not just for breakfast. So, how do we go on starting our day without ruining it for our kidneys? Well, the best option is rice milk. Rice milk is fantastic. Do you know how much protein you will get from a cup of rice milk? Rice milk contains just 0.7 grams of protein per cup. Yes, 10 times less than cow milk, meaning that you can drink as much as you like every day. In fact, rice milk is also low in phosphorus and potassium, making it the perfect kidney-friendly milk. And if you are wondering if that really matters, the answer is yes, it totally matters. I've never seen a CKD patient improving their kidney function without cutting protein, and drinking rice milk is probably the easiest way to do that. Even if you were drinking a healthy milk alternative, like soy milk or oat milk, you are still shaving off some protein from your diet when you switch to rice milk. And that's what really makes a difference. Okay, moving on. Number 4, let's take a look at another trick few people know about when it comes to renal diet. Number 4 is replace regular beans with green beans. So let's talk about a food swap that won't just reduce protein intake, will also greatly help with gut health. Because legumes are great for you. They've got fiber, resistant starches, vitamins, antioxidants, polyphenols, iron, and other essential minerals. Legumes seem to be especially healthy for people with diabetes and for those who are battling high cholesterol. In this study, pre-diabetes patients had significant improvements in their metabolic parameters when they added legumes to their diet. So, less diabetes, less cholesterol. What's the catch, you ask? Well, I usually recommend great moderation with legumes. The reason? Protein. Remember that for those with kidney disease, protein is like a bolus in a china shop. If only there was a way to get the fiber and the health benefits without all that protein. But there is. It's eating green beans. Green beans have all the health perks of legumes, but with less than 2 grams of protein per 100 grams compared to the 6 grams to 10 grams in other legumes. I mean, better metabolic health, better diabetes numbers, and almost no protein. This is the dietary equivalent of getting first-class perks with a coach class ticket. So go ahead, tell your pinto beans you're seeing someone else, someone greener. And if you think this is like finding a unicorn that actually exists, wait until you hear about the next food swap, because our number 3 for today is all about snacks. Whenever I start a new patient on the renal diet, the first thing they think is that their snacking days are over. No more pretzels, no more saltines, no more crackers. The reaction is usually somewhere between a silent scream and asking if their salt shaker is now considered a parole violation. And the way they clutch their remaining crackers, you'd think I just announced the apocalypse of all things crunchy. But that's not true, because while I don't actually recommend any sodium-packed, ultra-processed junk foods, that doesn't mean you can't have a healthy snack during the day. So what I want you to do is to replace your pretzels or crackers with air pop popcorn. Yes, popcorn is the most delicious legal loophole in the history of diets, because we are talking about the true whole grain. The bran, the germ, and the endosperm are all still intact. And this brings a whole load of health benefits. Better gut health, better blood sugar control, less cholesterol, improved blood pressure. And the best part, you can still stress eating during Netflix just without any nasty blood pressure and blood sugar spike. Remember to stay away from microwave popcorn and always buy unsalted kernels. Just air pop them and spice it up. Yeah, season it like you're on MasterChef and the judges are your kidneys and they're really salty about salt. Okay guys, my next entry is going to be an even more incredible food swap. Before we see it, a question I bet a lot of people have on their mind right now. Is that enough to improve my kidney function? Will I get better if I improve my diet? And the answer is yes. If you follow a well-structured renal diet, one that's based on the latest research and tailored to your needs, you absolutely can delay dialysis, and you can also see an improvement in your kidney function. This is what science shows. And honestly, this is what I see every single week with my own patients. But there is a catch. A lot of people try to improve their diet and still don't get results. Not because the diet doesn't work, but because they're unknowingly doing it wrong. Maybe they're afraid of eating too many carbs. Maybe they think they're eating low protein when in reality they're not. The truth is, the renal diet only works when done right. And that's where I come in. I offer one-on-one consultations, fully personalized and based on what's actually working with real patients. If you're ready to finally take control of your numbers, lose the confusion, and follow a renal diet that's safe, effective, and tailored to you, this is your chance. With every first consultation, I'll provide a complete review of your lab work to make sure nothing is missing from your treatment, a personalized diet plan based on your current stage, values, and nutritional needs, and clear guidance on what to eat and what to avoid. This is not a generic meal plan. It's a targeted strategy to protect your kidney function and help you feel better faster. So if you're ready to take the guesswork out of your diet and start making real progress, send me an email at Catherine@newhopeforkidneypatients.com or click the link in the description below. Okay guys, time for our number 2. Let's move on. Let's talk about another food that most people still think is forbidden while it's just a replacement away from being your new best friend. Food swap number 2 is replace your regular bread with whole wheat bread, possibly sourdough. Now when it comes to bread for kidney disease, things get messy. In fact, if we take a look at my table on screen right now, it's clear that there is not an easy choice here like we had for rice milk. And this brought us a whole lot of confusion. I mean, I still see doctors, even dietitians recommending white bread to CKD patients today. And that's just plain wrong. Why are they doing that, you ask? Because of phosphorus. But of course, telling CKD patients to eat white bread in order to get less phosphorus is like telling people to cool their house by leaving the refrigerator door open. The logic is there, but the result is a disaster. Just like white bread, yes, it may have less phosphorus, but it's way more likely to contain phosphate additives, which the body absorbs completely. And that's bad because we don't really absorb phosphorus from plant-based foods very well, making whole wheat bread a better choice here. Especially if you can find sourdough whole wheat bread. The less processed, the less the ingredients, the better. So go close your refrigerator door and throw away all your white bread while you're at it. Now, if you are screaming carbs at your phone screen right now, please don't. Breathe. Try to relax. Screaming at things is not good for you, especially if you are in a public space. Also, while it's true that some patients would benefit from limiting bread consumption, not everyone is on a weight loss diet. I have several patients that need to gain weight, which is never an easy task on a diet that forbids meat, dairy, and junk food in general. And that's why we also have a low protein bread specifically made for CKD patients that contains no protein and very little phosphorus. Do I recommend low protein bread to everyone? No, but if you are struggling to keep your weight on, it may really help you. Okay, time for our number 1 for today. Number 1 is time to give up morning coffee and replace it with something a lot healthier. So how do you call coffee but with 10 times less caffeine and 20 times more antioxidants? Green tea with lemon. Yeah guys, when it comes to improving kidney health, nothing beats antioxidants. And when it comes to antioxidants, nothing beats green tea, except for green tea with lemon. Actually, I recently shared with you a recipe to turn your regular green tea into the healthiest beverage on earth for the kidneys. It's up here and also down in the description. A miracle ingredient that saves my patients' kidneys. A food you should never eat berries without. And the secret recipe that makes noodles healthy. This is a message George, one of my patients, left in the comment section. I'll read it to you because what he wrote really hit me. Back in February 26, my creatinine was 153 and GFR was 46. I left that appointment feeling so low, like maybe I was running out of time. Yeah, that's heartbreaking. I remember talking to George back then. He felt like there was no way out. But I could tell he wasn't ready to give up. And look at what happened next. But then I met you and I decided to really try. I followed your low protein advice, all plant-based, no salt, no meat. Anyway, today is June 7. My creatinine is 90. My GFR is 81. I had to ask the nurse if it was real. It's the first time in years I felt real hope. George, thank you for sharing that. The improvement you had is amazing. I mean, that kind of recovery, it means everything. Congratulations. And by the way, guys, when I first met George, he really insisted I create some special recipes for him. Something that could make an impact. So I did just that. Actually, these recipes were so good, I decided to share them with everyone in today's video. Yeah, today I have 4 recipes that turn everyday food into medicine thanks to the magic of chemistry. Yeah, just like black pepper unlocks the power of turmeric, you can add chicory root to kimchi and create a gut health powerhouse. That recipe in particular made a huge difference for George. So let's see the kimchi recipe immediately. This is our number 4 for today, and it's based on a simple tip. Never eat a fermented food without a prebiotic source. Even better if it's inulin or chicory root, and even better if the probiotic food is kimchi. That's exactly why I told George to have a small portion of kimchi with shirataki noodles every day. Now, shirataki noodles and kimchi might sound like a trendy combo from a health food cafe, but trust me, it's one of the most science-backed recipes for kidney health. Let me explain. If you have kidney disease, you want as many probiotic-rich foods as possible in your diet. Stuff such as raw apple cider vinegar, sauerkraut, natto, and kimchi. But you see, not all bacteria strains are created equal. No, some are better for your kidneys than others because they literally feed on uremic toxins. Yeah, that's why when I created my probiotic supplement, I put Bifidobacterium longum in it, alright? Because we know today that these bacteria will happily feast on those uremic toxins your kidneys are struggling with. I mean, we finally found something that loves toxic waste more than reality TV producers. Isn't that great? Yeah, this is the only time in my life I really cared about something eating my garbage, and I include my neighbor's dog in that comparison. Anyway, what not many people know about these beneficial kidney toxins eating bacteria is that kimchi, a delicious Korean food made from fermented cabbage, is chock full of this helpful strain, Bifidobacterium longum. Yeah, just like renal probiotic supplements, which makes it an excellent choice for kidney health. And you know what will make it even better is having a source of fiber on which these bacteria could grow in order to be even more effective. Enter shirataki noodles, the incredibly tasting zero-calorie noodles you can eat all day without any remorse. And guys, many people don't believe me when I say this, but shirataki noodles really are the holy grail of health food. Zero guilt, maximum benefits, and they don't even taste like cardboard soaked in false hope. And when you add kimchi, well, this combination is so perfect, even my mother-in-law couldn't find something to complain about, and she once criticized my cat for being manipulatively cute. I mean, would you believe it? So there you have it, the simple recipe to get all the probiotics and with almost no calories. Take a screenshot right now because this is exactly the recipe I created for George, and it really works. Now guys, if you think this recipe is great, don't forget to share this video with a friend. Now let's move on to the next tip. Number 3, never eat red grapes or blueberries without black pepper and olive oil. And I know what you may be thinking, wait, have I been eating berries all wrong my whole life? Well, kind of. Berries are still fantastic for your kidneys, no doubt about that. But they also contain resveratrol, one of the most powerful antioxidants we know of, and one that's notoriously hard to absorb. If you heard about resveratrol, it was probably in correlation to its heart health benefits. However, according to a large meta-analysis, your kidneys may be the organ that benefits more from this antioxidant. And we are talking about huge benefits in terms of improved GFR, decreased creatinine, and BUN here. By the way, this meta-analysis was conducted on 32 randomized controlled trials, which means that, yeah, you have probably been eating blueberries and grapes wrong your whole life. Bummer! And the problem? Resveratrol is not very bioavailable on its own. So unless you're combining it with the right foods, you're probably missing out on its full power. How can we avoid that, you ask? And no, the answer is not by drinking red wine. Your liver wouldn't appreciate that. It's by trying my resveratrol booster bowl recipe. This is super easy to make. Let's see it. First of all, you need a resveratrol source. Best one is red grapes, but blueberries are no slouch either, and you can get some of these precious antioxidants from cranberries as well. Then we add a fat carrier, olive oil. Remember that resveratrol is lipophilic, just like vitamin D for example, and the body needs some fat in order to absorb it. So yeah, add some olive oil. Now, we want the bioenhancer piperine from black pepper. Piperine helps absorbing resveratrol just like it helps with curcumin from turmeric. Next ingredient, a small apple with the peel. Apples are a great source of quercetin, an antioxidant that will make resveratrol even more powerful. Add some almonds or walnuts for taste and crunchiness, and voila! The healthiest bowl recipe you ever tried is ready. It's simple, delicious, and every ingredient is doing something real for your health. Now guys, these recipes, they're not just theory. They're part of an approach that's actually working for real people like George. And I want to be clear about something. George didn't get from a GFR of 46 to 81 just by cutting salt and meat. He made those changes with a plan, with a diet customized for him based on his labs, his needs, and his goals. And that's what I do for my patients. I don't just tell you what to eat and what to avoid. I work with you one-on-one to design a renal diet that fits your life, including recipes, supplements if needed, and strategies that get results. Because when your treatment is built around you, progress comes faster and it sticks. That's what I've seen over and over again. So if you're tired of guessing, or if you want to know what a real personalized plan looks like, send me an email at catherine@newhopeforkidneypatients.com or just click the link in the description. Okay guys, let's move on. Next recipe, number 2, is a way to get even more antioxidants. Because, well, if you thought the antioxidants you are already getting are enough, think again. Antioxidants are the new frontier of kidney disease treatment, and they can actually improve your kidney function. They really work. Why am I so convinced about that, you ask? Because the Cochrane Library says so. Alright. In the Cochrane Library, well, they're like the best of the best when it comes to scientific sources. I mean, they're so well documented, not even my mother-in-law will dare argue with them. And she once told me I was wrong about my own middle name. Yeah, I'm not kidding. Anyway guys, you are here for kidney protecting recipes, not for my cheesy jokes. So let's take a look at my super broccoli recipe. Because if you thought that broccoli is that one food you can't possibly make any healthier, well, think again. So how do we make broccoli at least 20 times as healthy? By following my recipe. So first thing, you want to make sure you are doing all you can to preserve the precious sulforaphane in broccoli. Now, sulforaphane is not just another antioxidant, it's also an incredibly powerful kidney detoxifier. I mean, scientists usually don't call stuff detoxifiers, right? With the sulforaphane being the exception here. This antioxidant protects the kidneys in several ways, including reducing oxidative stress and decreasing mitochondrial damage. So yeah, that's why broccoli is so healthy. However, most people are eating this superfood all wrong, destroying this powerful antioxidant sulforaphane way before it can do its job. How do we avoid that? Well, first of all, stop overcooking your broccoli. No, seriously, if you're cooking your broccoli until it becomes soft, you are wasting all the good stuff. And even better, slice or chop your broccoli before cooking. Then, just steam broccoli for 2 minutes. It should be still crisp. Yeah, it's not like your grandma used to eat, right? Well, the reason is that broccoli doesn't contain sulforaphane to begin with. It has a precursor, glucosinolates, and an enzyme, myrosinase. When the broccoli is cut, these two compounds combine to produce sulforaphane, alright? The compound you want. Yeah, think of it like mixing Mentos and Coke together. Separate their theme, but together they turn into, well, this. However, these compounds are heat sensitive, alright? I'm talking about broccoli, not Coke. Yeah, the less you cook broccoli, the better. Now guys, something else we want to add here is a heat-stable source of myrosinase. Enter mustard powder. So it turns out broccoli doesn't have enough myrosinase on its own. It's like all Coke, no Mentos. In fact, when you add mustard powder, you are going to get more than 4 times the sulforaphane you will get from broccoli alone. So we are basically going from this to this. And yeah, this is the only time in history where adding mustard powder to something actually made it healthier instead of just making it taste like a hot dog. But we are not done yet, guys. You also want to add some olive oil to the mix because sulforaphane is fat soluble and it doesn't get absorbed without a fat source. But add some healthy fats and the sulforaphane is up to 5 times more bioavailable. Now the icing on the cake is lemon juice. Acidic pH and ascorbic acid from lemon juice will help stabilize sulforaphane during preparation and digestion. And I mean, you realize we just 3D printed a multivitamin out of produce and pantry staples, right? Call it salad 2.0. This is what happens when you let a science nerd loose in the kitchen. I turn dinner into a chemistry experiment that actually tastes good. And the most incredible part, that was just our number 2 for today, which means I have one even more powerful recipe for you guys. And our number 1 is the catechine shield tea. Let's talk about green tea, one of the healthiest things in the world for your kidneys. When it comes to antioxidants, nothing beats green tea. Its secret weapon, a group of powerful compounds called catechins. These little molecules do a lot from reducing inflammation to protecting the kidneys from oxidative damage. And the best part, you can drink tea every single day and never get tired of it. However, guys, to get serious health benefits, you need to prepare green tea the right way. A study found out that we only absorb 20% or less of the catechins in green tea. How do we solve this issue? Step 1, stop boiling your green tea. I'm serious, that's how most people ruin it. Catechins are heat sensitive. Too much heat destroys them. Always brew green tea at ground 160 to 185 Fahrenheit or about 80 degrees Celsius and only for 2 to 3 minutes. Now you've got a tea that still has its antioxidants. Let's take it to the next level. Next step, let's make them bioavailable. How? With our best friends, of course, lemon and pepper. Guys, if we learned something from today's video is that lemon and pepper make a lot of antioxidants better. So here's the full recipe if you want to take a screenshot. And lemon in particular can increase the levels of catechins you get from tea by more than 5 times. And what about black pepper, you ask? Well, piperine in pepper slows glucuronidation, which is the flush out mechanism of the body. So when you add black pepper, many antioxidants stay in the blood much longer, protecting your kidneys. Last ingredient here is apple peel strips. You can add them to your tea to get quercetin, which, as we saw, make antioxidants more powerful. The result, a tea that's so powerful at protecting the kidneys, your other organs are filing workplace harassment complaints for favoritism. And guys, if you want to learn more about the renal diet, my video up here is for you. And this is all for today. Thank you for watching. God bless you all. Bye-bye!